open up your eyes and then make a list.
If I was looking for accredited investors, how would you tell me to find them?
Well, the first thing I would say is open up your eyes and then make a list of the people that you know, because you already know accredited investors, or you know people who know accredited investors. And so first it's important to put down people's names on paper who you know. And what I did when I started out was I created a list of all the different groups that I was involved with. So for me, it was Texas Tech Alumni Advisory Board, it was my flag football team, it was the people who I worked with at an advertising agency, and I knew through the advertising agency world, and miscellaneous other groups. But then once you have those groups, you then put down the people's names within those groups that you know. And the key is to get one person from each of those groups to say, yeah, you know what, I'm interested in what you're talking about, this makes sense. And once you do that, then you can name check, mention that person's name to other people in the group, and that helps bring in others in the group, because they know someone else who's interested, versus you going in cold and not having the word of mouth referral approach. And we actually have a spreadsheet that we'd be happy to give everyone who's listening and watching this video, and it has the organization of this approach done for you. It's the money raising tracker. Just email info@joefairless.com, and that will be very useful when you're creating your list of people, because when you do that, you want to categorize it by groups, and then you want to put a couple different categories as well. One is the minimum money raise, or the minimum investment. One is the maximum investment based on your estimate of where they would be at. And the other would be their address and some miscellaneous notes. So you want to create this database, and be happy to give it to you, info@joefairless.com, and you can get that database or the spreadsheet so you can plug it in. Once you have done that, if you still don't have people who are on the list who have money, then the suggestion I have for you is to volunteer. Because when you volunteer, and go about it with pure intention and integrity, and what I mean by that is volunteer with or for a cause that you wholeheartedly believe in. And when you do that, you'll then be giving, because when we give, we receive much more in return. Might not be an immediate transaction or cause and effect, but everyone who has a whole lot of money has identified, or most people who have a whole lot of money have identified, that when you give, you get a much more in return. So first, if you don't have accredited investors after you're doing that list, then go volunteer somewhere and go give, and then eventually become a board member for that organization. Because when you're a board member for that organization that you're passionate about helping their cause, you will be around others who do have money, I guarantee it. Because they also have identified, as I mentioned earlier, that by giving you get a lot more in return, and most people who are well off have in some capacity identified that, so they want to go give.